Welcome to the Future Diplomats Society.
Good evening, future diplomats. My name is Travis. For those who may not have an opportunity for our connection just yet, if you are in the WhatsApp chat, welcome back. If you are just joining us for the first time or watching us for the first time and you are looking to tackle the FSOT, welcome to you as well. And I hope you join us in the WhatsApp. The link is in the description. So today we're going to be talking about English expression. English expression is a huge section, but it's not as large as job knowledge. But it does require you to think, right? I feel like job knowledge is more so is memory focused, is memory intense, versus critical thinking sections like English expression and the logic and reasoning. I want to say that those are more meant for you to actually think about, what you're reading and analyze what you're reading and make a choice or a decision about what you're reading. I was just sharing with the group prior to me hitting record on this, and if you're not on the email list and you're watching this on YouTube, do join us, because we do. I feel like we have pretty good conversation, just people talking to people, right? And you get to learn a lot, that way. But I was sharing with them some challenges of mine with social media and also with my phone. Technology has enabled us so much, but it's also, I feel like it's a hinder in different ways. Just a small idea of that is there's a lot of layoffs right now in technology and people who use technology indirectly and directly, Amazon and many others. And as technology continues to advance, your skill set has to advance as well. I remember when I was working at Firestone as a HR project manager, I had about 260 people that reported to me on site, and it was through a staffing agency, Kelly Services. So I had all the Kelly Services people on site, but the robots came, and I remember a lot of people freaking out and worrying, and they had to learn a new skill set. This was back in 2011. They had to learn a new skill set, and all of that wasn't AI. That was machine learning. So ML versus AI. There were people programming. There was engineers programming these robots to take tires from one end to another. Where there was people originally driving these little tuggers back and forth around to the warehouse and curing and everything else. But they had to learn a new skill set of how to work with instead of against or being replaced by these robots. Today, I use things like Grammarly and different tools, including ChatGPT and Copilot and Gemini. Not in that order, because I do have my favorites, ChatGPT being one of them. Copilot is getting there, but they also have some other capabilities. A person in the group showed me that you can make a podcast that you can listen to, and it's good. I was surprised about that. Shout out to him. But something so small, and this is actually, I don't know where my phone is, but something I was thinking about is how much I don't think about me typing out, something on my phone. And this is, again, this ties into English expression. I type something out my phone either to text someone or email someone, or I'm on social media. Either way, I'm typing an original thought that's not composed by AI. And AI, or in my phone, my keyboard will come in and correct or give me better suggestions of what I should be saying almost instantaneously. And this has probably been going on for a decade or a little bit, about a decade, but definitely more in the last I'll say like 5 to 6 years, where different tools have come out that will help you think. Now that speeds up what your execution, which is great. But I feel like for me personally, what has happened is I have, in a way, stopped thinking on my own. Predictive text. Thank you, Thank you. I see that now. I've stopped thinking on my own, and I'm not proud of it. I don't think I'm, just oozing my brain out my head, but in the same sense, I realized when I wasn't using my phone or my keyboard, which I think is easier with a full keyboard versus a phone. But when I just started writing, I journal a ton. When I started writing more, because I do journal a lot more nowadays, um, I was like, oh my gosh, how do you spell this? The paper isn't correcting for me. There's no predictive text in this, and it was just simple words. And because I'm not gonna put myself out there that much, I'm not gonna tell you some of the words, but it was embarrassing. So I challenged myself, and I challenge you to do this as well if you can. Not everybody can do this because it actually may be a part of your job. I don't know, but if it's not a part of your job, if you want to improve in little ways of improving your English expression skills, remove the AI off of your keyboard if you can. Remove the predictive text off of your keyboard. And I will love to hear your experiences of, or your experience of how you might trip up on small words that are pretty simple. So that's my little opening to that. So today we're gonna actually work on that. We're gonna work on ways to improve that, not just for the sake of AI and what AI can do for us and what it has done for us, because I mean there's a lot of great things for it, but also for the sake of just being a better communicator. So with the Foreign Service Officer test, the English expression comes in multiple choice, which is helpful, extremely helpful, because we don't have to think extremely hard. But we do have to have our own thoughts and be able to make choices, because if we don't, we're just going to be replaced by AI at some point. So it is important for us to bring our brains to the table. What we're going to cover is we're going to learn how to identify wordiness and cut out unnecessary phrases, techniques for tightening sentences without losing meaning, ways to edit for flow and logic, so every word carries purpose, common grammar pitfalls that reduce clarity, and quick proofreading methods used by professional editors and diplomats. I've written books, and even though I have experience writing, I still need things like Grammarly. I still need things that challenge me to not rely on technology so much, because I mean, especially telling someone else a story, or more so a story for other people to read, they need to get the message and they need to understand. There's people who may want to know how to, if you're going to join the military, how do you go to school for free and get the most out of your education while you're there and come out with a master's degree like he did. I mean, it's really an incredible story as far as the things that he did. But so this document that I prepared for you is 3 passages, and it's going to be divided up into Team A, which is Team Alpha, Team B, which is Team Bravo, and Team C, which is Team Charlie. There's 15 people on. I would value up. Actually, we're just going to do 2 of the passages, and we'll leave the third for a later time, or if you want to take some time. But the goal is for you to identify. In fact, I'll share this before I do take you to your breakout rooms. And I apologize, y'all, for my for that moment. Anyway, thank you. Okay. Okay, cool. I think I'm sharing my screen. I think it's large enough. Okay, cool. So the goal, and this is the same document. I know, Jennifer, you know. Skip, give me copy link. I'll name it this. I said I need to name it. Copy, paste. Cool. All right. I'm gonna get this link, copy, and I'm sharing with you the link now. It is in the chat, and for those who are Maybe let us know when the book comes out. And I will. I will. And I don't like being salesy. I really didn't want to talk about it because, which is strange. You know, you write a book, you need to talk about it. But anyway, moving on. So I just pinned the link just in case anyone needs it. So we're going to work through the passages, and you will know, what team you're going to be divided up into, if you're going to be team Alpha or Bravo. And the goal is to read to yourself, mark it up, if you can, or also just take note. Underline the wordiness, circle the redundancy. So you may want to make a copy if you want to highlight like different colors. If you want to say like, this part is, wordy, cool. I'm going to highlight this, orange if it's too wordy, things like that. And that might help you just in case you don't have, like paper or anything with you, immediately. But you can just, do it to your liking. But markup, specifically the wordiness, redundancy, run-ons, and note flow breaks. So there's going to be different edits that you're going to type. You don't necessarily need to. This is just if you really want to like push what you know. You don't need to rewrite the sentences, but I wanted to at least challenge you in a higher way. Can't copy and paste the link. Can you click it? Can you click the link? And if not, then I'll send nope. Okay. Anyone else having any other issue with it? I may just email it, or actually I can put it in the chat. I'll put it in the WhatsApp chat. Copy. Excuse me. Okay. Where's my phone? Okay. I feel like when I took social media off my phone, I just don't ever know where my phone is now. Okay, here you go. Okay, I just put the link in WhatsApp. Cool. All right, that's the issue. It was what? And copy and paste. I'm on my phone. Okay, gotcha. Look, we're a team. We're here to help. So, done. So we have 30 minutes, and we're only going to take just a few, maybe 15. We'll come back and we'll go over the responses. So, what you're looking for is that. Then there's a quiz. It's only take us a few minutes, and we have multiple choice questions that are going to go with it. And if you can in your group, if you want to as a group, and I'm just going to give you the option, you can have a spokesperson and then they can speak for everyone, or excuse me, or you can just, when I call in your group, you can just drop your answers in the chat and we can just roll through them. So if you want to know, well, what is wordiness, what is redundancy, what is, just you'll see that your definitions here. And although this is not a lesson fully, this is more so a gauging. There will be a lesson, actual deeper lesson next week, but this is, especially coming from taking the FSOT a couple weeks ago, I feel like these are nice little breaks, from the heavy stuff that we've been doing. So this is an opportunity to still, get some understanding, but also go through. So this will give you exactly what you need to look for, and that's the composition of the paragraphs. They're going to be numbered because your questions are going to be numbered as well, and you'll see them. All right, I'm going to break you out into breakout rooms now. There's 16 people on. There will be 2 breakout rooms. Split set of breaks, breakout rooms, 2 rooms, 15 minutes after the timer goes off, it will end. Okay. If you have any questions, I'm going to pop into your breakout rooms to check in. I do recommend you read to yourself because that's the real environment that you'll have for the FSOT. Just read to yourself and then come together after, let's say, 5 minutes. It should only take you, and I listed it here, 2 minutes. It should only really take you 2 minutes to read it, but come back as a group and start discussing the questions as a group. All right. See you soon. So you and I are team Charlie. All right. I'm going to read it to you. And you just let me know what you think the answer is. The Cultural Exchange Report. 6 paragraphs. The Cultural Exchange Initiative, which was designed with the intention of promoting intercultural understanding and friendship between the participating nations, was implemented in a manner that involved numerous committees, meetings, planning sessions, all of which contributed to a process that, while thorough, became overly complicated and time-consuming. That is a mouthful, and that's the purpose of editing this. The coordinator wrote in her report that it is with great excitement and enthusiasm that I take this opportunity to extend heartfelt thanks and appreciation to those individuals who have contributed to various ways to this extremely meaningful and significant project. While her tone was warm and positive, the sentence contained unnecessary repetition and multiple prepositional phrases that distracted from her genuine gratitude. A shorter and clearer message would have had greater impact. The next section of the report described how a total number of 12 teams worked collaboratively together, a phrase that could have been simplified to 12 teams worked together. Such redundancies occurred often, weakening the professionalism of the writing. The coordinator also tended to overuse adverbs like very, extremely, and truly, which reduced the force of her statements instead of strengthening them. Eliminating such intensifiers would help the report sound more confident. Ultimately, reviewers praised the report but noted that the writing lacked conciseness and precision expected in diplomatic documentation, suggesting that editing for flow, tone, and structure could elevate it from good to excellent. Let's call on Team Alpha. Who did you guys have a spokesperson, or would you like to just go in the chat? I'll read your answers in the chat if that's the direction we go in.
Hey, I said I'd be the spokesperson, but my network is having some issues. So if I start cutting out, just interrupt me. Let me know. Copy
that. Nate Garcia, and I want to make sure he's on. He takes my calls at like 10 o'clock at night, sometimes after these meetings. And I was like, hey, I have an idea. What do you think about this? That's good, or that's not so good. Have you thought about this? And it's more so just, anyway, I appreciate you.
That's no problem. I'm in mountain time, so it's more like it's only 6 for me right now.
Jennifer says, is it your time zone that gives you more time? No, it's late. It's 7. It's bedtime for my house over here. All right, Team A. So you probably noticed that it's jacked up. The paragraphs are all over the place, and that's on purpose. Let's see if we can break it down a bit. So Team A, question 1, which phrase is the clearest case of wordiness? For the sake of, I will read it. Because Team B, we will go into 8:15 tonight. By the way, if anyone needs to go at 8 or top of the hour, it is okay. This has been recorded. And if we don't get all the way into Team B's answers, then we'll pick it up in the beginning of next week when we go over part 2. So, all right. Number 1, which phrase is the clearest case of wordiness? A, had been waiting for quite some time already. B, making it somewhat difficult to hear. C, filled with chatter. D, main hall.
Yeah, so our group struggled a little bit with timing it. It got a little bit lost in editing it a bit. So yeah, if you guys could just help me out in the comments with the
Maria
consensus
says
there.
A. Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, rewriting it or just revising it. That could take time, but definitely do that in your own time. But it's a fun tool. I mean, to be able not tool, but exercise to be able to highlight. Okay, I see A. Okay, I see
Yeah.
2 A's, and that is correct. Had been waiting for some time already. Number 2, which sentence shows redundant phrasing? A, the ambassador. She began her remarks. B, the atmosphere was elegant. C, many listeners were nodding politely. D, her staff later noticed her repetition. Okay, see some more A's in there. And A's have it. That is the answer. Oh my gosh. This is an issue. I forgot to mix anyway. Y'all may have noticed it before I did. So hopefully you didn't. Number 3, which edit best improves logic and flow? Is it A, moving the partnership message to the opening? B, add more objectives for warmth? C, lengthen sentences for diplomacy? D, keep paragraph order? Jennifer.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
That you forgot to mix them up? That all the answers are A? Yeah.
The answer is A. The next one's the next one you're not gonna get. Watch this. Okay. Which edit best improves logic and flow? Move the partnership message to the opening. B, add more objectives. Oh, did I just read it? I'm sorry. Next one. I'm sorry. 4, best simplification for clarity. Is it A, for the purpose of strengthening? Change it to strengthening or to strengthen. Is it B, deeply meaningful and profoundly significant? C, host nation. Host nation and the United States. Or is it D, newly appointed ambassador? Okay, we have a B in there. We have an A in there. The answer is A. Bet you didn't see that coming. Okay. The word she in paragraph 2 is, in fact, this is what we're going to do. I need to make this more challenging, and I apologize. We're going to finish out Alpha, but we're going to finish up Team Bravo next on Monday. We're going to do that first thing. And if you will, Team Bravo, in fact, right now, I'm going to see if I can mix up the answers a bit for Team Bravo. I'll do the other call because we just have a few more minutes left, but it's too repetitive, and I do apologize to you, but the answers are still pretty good. So we're gonna finish up with A tonight. The word she in paragraph 2, and I'm going to read paragraph 2. The ambassador. She began her remarks by expressing her very sincere, heartfelt appreciation to everyone who had taken time out of their extremely busy schedules to attend this particular event, which was designed for the purpose of strengthening cultural connections and friendships that have been forming between the host nation and the United States over the past several years. That is a mouthful. The word she in paragraph 2 is a redundant subject pronoun. parallel structure error, which is B? C, is it fragment? Or D, emphasis? I think Jennifer and I can get along just fine. She might be telling me what to do later. So
How do you know I'm over here giggling? I'm just laughing. Don't mind me.
the same way I can tell AE is smiling. I don't see your faces, but I just know because I know you. You know, we've spent time together. So I know. I look. She's giggling. I know it. I know it. The answer is A redundant subject pronoun. And it's 8 o'clock. We're gonna cut it right there because I need to make this extremely challenging for you. I do not like when you destroy my quizzes and tests. I need to make you sweat for it, and I appreciate you guys coming in. When you return, it will be more difficult. Same passage, it'll be there, so you'll have that. The questions, I may even change the questions up as well. So if you can, let's see, today's Monday. Tomorrow, we're not going to do a video, but just Team A, I want to see if you can give me your answers tomorrow in the chat, or email them to me if you can. Email them if you're not in the chat. You're going to have different choices tonight. I promise you that. And Team B, same passage, you're good to go, but you're going to have different questions, and we're going to kick you off first thing on Monday morning. I'm sorry, Monday evening. With that being said, if you are watching from home, wherever you may be, thank you for attending tonight. The passages are for you, and I will put the link in the description for you to have the equally as challenging documentation that they will have shortly. I'm curious if you're watching this, you know, in your timing of spending time on the phone, have you also experienced technology making things easier and yet harder for you as well? To conclude this session, if you would like to lead a study session, please do email me at travis@thefsot.com. If you have any feedback on this session, please do also email me at travis@thefsot.com. I look forward to your responses. Next week, so next week we will go into part 2 of English expression as we conclude as well what we started today. The week after that, we will have our event, Diplomatic Experience. This is our first organized session, and this is a Q&A panel. We've had these types of panels before, but it's never been really this organized to a point where we actually have registrants. So people are excited. There's questions coming in, and we look forward to getting them answered. We do have 2 different retired U.S. ambassadors thinking about coming. I will know by the end of this week. So not going to say the name just in case they don't come, but I can tell you Asia and South America are where they were leaders in, but which doesn't tell you anything because of so many different ambassadors over time. But everyone have a great night. Look forward to seeing you again, and I look forward to your responses, Team A, once I'm done with making it tough for you. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you so
Hey,
much,
Travis.
Travis.
Thank you.